Welcome to the Weekday Report for Friday, September 26th. I'm Tracy Pelishek. Here's a brief look at the news. As the state released a report on Wisconsin's achievement gap, Kenosha Unified Superintendent Sue Savaglio-Jarvis said she hopes to launch a diversity task force to address the issue here. Savaglio-Jarvis said she plans to begin putting the group together in October, aiming to create a plan to address the gaps in academic achievement between white and minority students. On Thursday, State Superintendent Tony Evers released a task force report on the issue, including strategies for schools and teachers. Evers said Wisconsin has the worst achievement gap in the nation. The three-day Kenosha Festival of Cartooning got underway Thursday with an opening presentation at UW-Parkside. The fourth annual event began with a panel discussion on censorship in comics and on the life of Al Capp, the creator of Lil Abner. The festival continues today and Saturday at the Kenosha Public Museum. A benefit for a Kenosha girl nicknamed Bella the Fighter will be held Saturday at the Moose Lodge. 9-year-old Isabella Garza lost a portion of her right arm due to a flesh-eating bacteria, leaving her family with extensive medical bills for surgery and treatment. The event will be held from 1 to 6 p.m. and include face painting, balloon animals, games, raffles, food, and drinks. This week's Fix It feature looks at some lampless lampposts along the city's lakefront. Bill Guida filed this report.
It was about a year ago we were here on the Kenosha Harbor Promenade, and what we were looking at then were burnt out light bulbs. This time around it was Kenosha News publisher Ken Dowdell who tipped Fix It to this light pole in particular. What the problem is fairly obvious. So Fix It contacted the city Public Works Department and Director Mike Lemons, who tells us that there's been noticeable deterioration of all the lights along the promenade that were installed with the original project in the early to mid 90s. He said Public Works staff have been regularly maintaining what we can and working with suppliers to secure necessary parts, but some parts are not available. He said that the existing lights will be maintained until it is no longer possible, at which time it may become necessary to consider a replacement strategy for the whole system. This is Bill Guida for Fix It and your Kenosha News.
Thanks, Bill. It was Trumper over Indian Trail and boys volleyball action Thursday night. Jeffrey Zampanti has the story.
The Tremper boys volleyball team made up for a rough start with a strong finish in downing visiting Indian Trail 24-26, 25-19, 25-17, 26-24 in a Southeast Conference match Thursday night. With Game 4 tied at 20, Tremper rallied out of an Indian Trail timeout by winning 6 of the next 10 points to seal the match. Bryce Frost paced the Trojans with 7 kills and 3 block kills, while teammate Ronnie Althoff chipped in 35 assists and 6 digs. Indian Trail's Daniel Carpenter had 10 kills, and Dylan Shore led the defense with 23 digs. Jeffrey Zampanti, Kenosha News.
What's trending today? With this week's news that Jimmy John's experienced a customer credit card data breach at 216 stores this summer, putting the sandwich chain on a list of hacker victims that includes Target and Home Depot. Have you changed how you shop? Tell us on our Facebook page. Up next is Joe Patente with Facebook feedback.
Kenosha's streetcar, unemployment rates, and an amazing sunrise were among the most popular topics this week among Kenosha News Facebook followers. About the streetcar expansion, the vast majority of respondents were opposed to the City Council's action on Monday night. Stacy Stratton Kidwell said, "Huge waste of money. Disappointed in our city once again." "Just fix the roads and forget about this," said Donna Smith. Amid another slight drop in the local unemployment rate, we asked those who've been looking for work if they've seen any changes in the marketplace. Vanessa Rojas said, "There are no jobs in Kenosha." Paul Miserelli said, "I have a good job and I work in Kenosha. Took a bit to find it, but if you want it enough, you'll get it." Lastly, journalist Jeff Zampanti posted a gorgeous photo of the sunrise as seen at Kennedy Park on Thursday morning. Tony Christensen replied, "That takes your breath away, so beautiful." And Becky Biller offered her own shot from Salem. To add your voice to the conversation, go to facebook.com/Kenosha News. For the Kenosha News, I'm Joe Potente.
Thanks, Joe. Now here's a look at what we're working on today. Carthage's new campus pastor will be installed this weekend. Terry Flores will have coverage. And this week's Sunday Choice feature tells readers how to prepare for Wisconsin's voter ID requirement. Pick up a copy of the Kenosha News and check kenoshanews.com for all the details on these stories and more. I'm Tracy Pelishek with the Weekday Report.